No one should die for a simple traffic violation. Nobody has ever died in the history of this country because of a simple traffic violation. You dumb cocksucker. How can you be the governor of anything? In our Are You Dog Style Me segment tonight, what a pandering, self-hating, white, spineless fuckwad Governor Walz is. Governor Walz, governor of Minnesota. I have never seen a self-hating white person more than this guy. Do these people really get elected in Minnesota? What the fuck went wrong? This is the state of the Minnesota Vikings and Bud Grant and hunting. And when did you guys lose your shit? When all the fucking little Mogadishu broke out? Seriously. But this guy takes the fucking... Honestly, I was getting so angry. Excuse me. I did that. I was so angry. And I didn't want to break my own flat screen. I was hoping I wish I was at a hotel, like a fucking Quality Inn. I could have thrown my Timberlands right through the... Excuse me, folks. This is Governor Walz. And I don't know how you get to this point mentally, how you get to where he is as far as race is concerned, and how you can... I could have picked him apart. I was fantasizing. I was at the press con raising my hand. Anybody with who follows the news slightly, he had holes this big in his argument. I'm not going to show a bunch of it because I don't know why. You're supposed to not show long clips, apparently, but I'm just going to poke a hole in a few of these. Just watch this dickwad. Go ahead.
Systemic and fundamental changes will need to be made. It needs to be started with systemic public safety reforms.
Pause. First of all, let's not even get to him. Don't we have closed caption?
Some very simple truths that I think we can all agree on, and let's work from there. No one should die for a simple traffic violation.
Pause. Let me quote what he just said. No one should die for a simple traffic violation. Nobody has ever died in the history of this country because of a simple traffic violation. You dumb cocksucker. How can you be the governor of anything? See, when you pull somebody over and they resist, then it's anything but simple. It gets complicated. And then when they have a weapon, it's even more complicated. Those are the people who die at traffic stops. Stupid. There's never been somebody who died at a simple traffic stop would be license and registration, please. There you go, officer. You mind stepping out of the car? Yes, sir. No, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, but that's it. That's a simple traffic stop. Nobody has ever died doing that. You get it? Governor Walz, you fucking... Does he really believe this? Do people... I ask myself this all... Do they really believe that? Are they that stupid? Honest to God, do they really believe it, or are they just selling an agenda? I don't even... then look at the little fucking troll signing. Here's what I did to my life partner last night with my thumbs. Go ahead.
There's enough smart people out there and enough agreement around that we should be able to find some answers. Because to be very clear, if we don't find that answer, we're going to be right back in this situation.
Pause. Here's the answer, you stupid fuck. You're never going to get to it because you're allergic to the truth. You go to the black community as a whole. Have just a Zoom thing for every black person. I don't know, whatever. Get all black people, the whole community. Even though I'm not, it's only a small percentage of them that would fuck. And say, listen, we got to fix what's happening. Do it in nice terms to the dissolution of the black family. Because we were talking about it in the early 60s and it's only getting worse. And I like to count the number of guys who have been killed by cops, black guys, the last 20 years that came from a two-family household. You know what I mean? Let's start there. But you're not going to do that because that's the fucking truth. You're white. You're afraid to speak the truth. That's the only way it's going to get solved. They always say we want to have a dialogue, a real honest dialogue about racism in America. Well, do we get to speak? But nobody will say that. You got to reform no, you don't. The way the cops work. Again, tens of millions of interactions a year with civilians. Tens of millions. And a handful of these things happen. But you don't want to look at that. And the behavior of the guys who end up getting shot, black or white, by cops is all the same. But don't address that. Go after the cops. A model that has worked for a lot of years. And I don't want to hear young black guys are afraid of the cops either, because my buddy was a cop in Miami for 33 years in the 80s. So he dealt with it all. He goes, I never met a young black kid who was afraid of me. Not fucking one. And I rode in the car with him. I saw the fucking shits. Yeah, 3 a.m, they're spitting on the cop car as we drive by in the pork and beans. Yeah, they're frightened. But this jerk off, you see what he's doing? This is more, to me, corrosive than what Maxine Waters said. Look, they're going, no, there's a white guy saying it's unfair. That is the worst kind of poison there is. Let the jerk off finish.
Continue to say it. We cannot continue. We cannot live this way. Communities need to be heard. They're frustrated, not just out on the streets and say, why are you doing that? Because they're not being heard. They're demanding that these changes be made. They told us last year, change cash bail, change how you do traffic stops. It didn't happen, and look what we got.
Pause. You know what else didn't happen? The behavior of people of color when they get pulled over. That didn't change either. But don't say that, shithead. You might hold somebody accountable. Oh, my fucking word. Did you really vote this jerk off in? It's not like he became a liberal overnight, I'm guessing. Do you look at their credentials? Did you really vote in Ilhan Omar and fucking Al Franken in Minnesota? You get what you deserve. Although I don't believe you voted him in. Fucking A. Look at Nutso on the left. Fucking curly. Go ahead.
I was speaking to a woman today, a black mother, and I was explaining how frustrating it is in our political system.
Pause. He just said frustrating, by the way. Well, Nick, that's picking you. No, it's not. He's a governor. It's frustrating. It always was. But some ignorant fucking said it wrong on probably ESPN a couple hundred times, and it becomes the same way. It's not Joe Biden. It's Joe Biden and Martin. And I'm seeing white women do it now. I don't know where it comes from. He just said frustrated. Nick, I don't give a fuck. Speak with the King's English. Go ahead.
To try and find consensus to get stuff done. And she said, wait a minute. She said, you're frustrated? She said, you're the governor of the damn state. Think how frustrated I am. What power do I have to change this? Her point was,
Pause.
Listen.
What power do you have to change it? More than him. Teach your kids to behave around the cops. Tell your daughters not to get pregnant at 15. You have more power than that old white man does. Quit waiting for fucking him. You're the one who has power. That's how it's going to change. It's not going to happen overnight. My fucking word. Look, at even she was freaking out, the sign language. Go ahead.
And make the changes. Don't find a reason you need to go home. Don't find a reason to adjourn. And don't say it's hard. Hard is Katie Wright having to stand in front of the press and the shame that all of us should feel to watch her talk about why her son died.
Oh, my God.
She doesn't need our pity. She doesn't need our sympathies. She doesn't need us talking to her. She needs us to do actions. And I say us, me and everyone else are a part of it. But let's be very clear.
You can act like a man.
George and Dante and Philando and Jamal. We can go through anything in Minnesota. The names, say their names. I hear that in front of my house. As I should.
What do they all have in common? Did they listen to the cops? Don't draw that conclusion. That's irrelevant. They should be able to do what they want, Nick. Oh, I forgot. Oh my, this guy is making me sick to my stomach.
It's so stupid. It's so stupid. So fucking stupid.
Go ahead.
Say their names. They need to know that I better go to bed thinking about say their names of who died.
Do you sleep at night? Say their names. Kevin, Sean, I keep forgetting. What was it? LaShonda, Trayvon? He actually, that's the end of it, right? I didn't show you. He actually brought up at the beginning about women of color dying during childbirth, blaming that on a racist country. They're born into a racist country. It could have come from Al Sharpton. It was so fucking tone deaf and embarrassing. I don't know if they count our votes in elections after November 3rd. I don't even fucking know anymore. But I don't know how there's not a right-winger running every state from here on in. Unless you like the mayhem and shit in Seattle and Portland and, keep enjoying your radical lefties. But we have to make change. Ugh.
Who gives a fuck what you think?
Apparently a few people. I sold 2 mugs last night. No, I'm kidding. Anyways. But do you guys agree with me? Is that not throwing gas on the fire? He's not speaking the truth. He's doing everything but addressing the real issue. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, listen up, okay? Hey, guys, we are looking for an assistant producer here on the Nick DiPaolo Show to help Jason out with a lot of stuff. We are looking for someone who lives in the Savannah, Georgia area, who has experience with video production and who wants to work in an environment where free speech rules and the boss is a handsome son of a bitch. If you're interested, please email Tommy at info@standupglobal.com. That's Tommy. That's who the guy you're writing to. And here's the link. info@standupglobal.com.